Hi foodie friends, my name is Chef Jessica Ann, and today I'm showing you how to make a King Ranch Chicken Casserole. Say that 5 times fast, okay? But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you get fresh videos every Wednesday when they come out. Okay, so what exactly is a King Ranch Chicken Casserole? It is called a King Ranch Casserole because it is from the King Ranch in Texas. And for all my Yellowstone fans out there, you know there's all these ranches, the double sixes, triple sixes, something sixes, Yellowstone, and also the King Ranch. This is a classic dish that they make on the chuck wagon and on the ranch to feed all those hungry cowboys after they've been driving cows. Funny part is we make it with chicken, but you can make it with beef if you want to. Let's get started over at the stove making a creamy sauce to go into this casserole. Welcome to my stove. We are going to make a creamy sauce, not a cream sauce. This sauce actually doesn't have any cream in it, but it is delicious nonetheless. Some versions of this use a cream of mushroom soup. I like making this from scratch, and then I can also get all of the delicious flavors of the vegetables I'm putting into it into the sauce. This was about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm gonna do that with 3 tablespoons of an unsalted butter. Using butter and olive oil together prevents it from burning. When your butter and oil start to sizzle, add in bell peppers. You can use any colors you want. I have a very Christmassy mix here of red and green. It's about 1.5 cups, but you can eyeball it, use more, use less. That's totally up to you. I want them soft, but I still want them to have a little bit of their body and texture to them so that when they bake in the casserole, you know what you're eating, right? They aren't just limp like roasted red peppers. Spread them out, give them about a minute or 2 to start to soften. When the peppers start to soften, we are going to add in onion. I'm using a white onion. This is a half a white onion, about 3/4 cup. Again, onion person, add more in. No one's going to say no to more onion. When the onions are fragrant, add in the garlic. So many people put onions and garlic in at the same time. Garlic should really go in after. It doesn't take nearly as long to cook, and if it burns, it starts to get bitter. This is 4 teaspoons or 4 large cloves of garlic. Measure garlic with your heart. Add more if you want it. This is one of the only times where I would say go ahead and use the jarred minced garlic if you want to. That version's a little bit sweeter, obviously cuts down on time. Unless you like the pure garlic flavor, I obviously love that flavor. But there's a lot of things going on in this casserole, so if you opt for the jarred, I'm not going to fault you. This takes about a minute to come together. Next, we're going to season our vegetables. I have 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Chili powder is funny, a little bit more than a teaspoon, right? It's actually a combination of chilies, and it's called chili powder because it's used to flavor chili, the stew, even though it's made from chilies, but it's not one singular chili, it's a blend. Okay, 1 teaspoon, heaping teaspoon there of cumin, another fun flavor. And then I have just 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne here. You want a little bit of heat, but not so much that it's super spicy. If you have those super spicy fans in your life, you can always add hot sauce or really hot salsa or pico de gallo or crushed red pepper flakes in the end. And that was 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're gonna mix this together until it gets a little pasty, almost like making a roux. Last ingredient is our chicken broth. I'm gonna use a low sodium chicken broth. This is 1 1/4 cup. Stir it around until it starts to get thick. When the mixture coats the back of a spoon, like so, then you know it's ready. Turn off the heat and I'll meet you at the counter. Okay, foodie friends, we are back at the counter. I have my chicken already done here. This is 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts seasoned with paprika, salt, and pepper, cooked up, chopped up, ready to go. If you don't want to make it from scratch, grab a rotisserie chicken at the store, just 1, shred it up, you're ready to go, or use leftover chicken from any recipe you got, okay? We've got 3 to 4 ounces of cream cheese. The cream cheese is cubed. It's gonna make it easier to mix it on in with that chicken. half a cup to 3/4 cup of sour cream. You could also use a plain Greek yogurt here. You know, I like using Greek yogurt in the place of it. 4.5 ounces of petite diced tomatoes. These are drained. And I like using a full can, this is 7 ounces, I was about to say 8, of diced green chilies. If green chilies aren't your jam, you can just leave them out, or you can get a shaken chilies all over the place here, or you can get the tomatoes with diced green chilies in them, and that is fine too, okay? About a half a cup, eyeballing this, of shredded cheddar cheese. Have some fun there. You can use pepper jack to get a little flavor in there, or a Monterey, any kind of Mexican blend that gets really cheesy. And then of course our gravy, the creamy, not creamy sauce. The heat from this is gonna help the cream cheese soften even further so that it mixes up. And get your arm muscles going. This is a thick mixture. Mixture is all nice and creamy. If you get a little bits of cream cheese or something else in there, don't worry about it. After it gets popped in the oven, everything is going to come out even. And we're gonna bring in our casserole dish. I like a nice oversized casserole dish. This is 9 by 13, but really high edges. And I did go ahead and spray it with cooking spray so nothing sticks. Start off with a spoonful or 2 of the chicken mixture and just get it evenly on the bottom. Now the next part is a lot of fun, and this is where you can get your kids involved, or at least my kids like to be involved, and that is layering it with tortillas. So it's almost like Tex-Mex lasagna, if you will, instead of using lasagna noodles, which you could actually totally do here if you wanted to. We are going to layer it with hand-torn tortillas. So my kids, they did the tortillas. This was 1 package of white flour tortillas. They don't need to be perfect, but they do need to be about bite-sized. It just makes it easier to layer them, A, and B, to eat when you're cutting through a fork. They're going to absorb up flavor and the sauce so that it's nice and thick and comes out in a nice slice. We're gonna do an even layer there, and then another layer of chicken. None of this needs to be perfect. Again, this is like chuck wagon type casserole. Another layer of tortilla. You can use a corn tortilla. I prefer the flour, personally. Okay, there and there. And our last layer of chicken. I'm just gonna do it this way this time. Can't make more of a mess at this point. Spread it on top. And the last bit is more cheese. It's about a cup, probably a little bit more than a cup of freshly shredded cheddar. Do make sure whatever cheese you decide to use is freshly shredded. It doesn't have the anti-caking agent that the pre-shredded has in it, so it doesn't get kind of gritty when it melts. It's gonna melt nice and cheesy. Okay, put that over the top. We're going to pop this into a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then it's ready to garnish. Okay, foodie friends, our casserole is out of the oven. I let it set for a good 5 to 10 minutes. If you dig in too early, it doesn't have time to settle. The cheese doesn't have time to settle and really bake into those tortillas. It won't come out as a nice square. It'll still taste delicious. It just won't look perfect. And now's my favorite part. We get to put on some toppings. Let's go ahead and cut ourselves a square, nice corner piece. Still gonna be gooey and cheesy and amazingly delicious. Woo-wee. That first slice is always the hardest. Oh, smells so good. It's like a fiesta in a casserole dish. And now toppings. Okay, we've got salsa. Love a nice thick and chunky salsa. You could also use pico de gallo if you're looking to go a little bit fresher. We've got scallions. And of course cilantro, because then I feel like I've got salad on my cheesy casserole. Some of my other favorites are fresh jalapeno slices, pickled jalapenos. You can do pickled red onions, avocado slices, guacamole, and of course my husband's favorite, hot sauce, because he puts that on everything. So there you go. One of my favorite potluck dishes, King Ranch Chicken Casserole. From my kitchen to yours, have a fabulous day.